Okay, I think we are live. Hi everyone, my name is Blake Ritter. Thanks for joining this live stream session in association with Godox. Can everybody hear me and see me? Please let me know in case there's an issue. Let me just test on this. Please let me know. Okay, looks like it's working. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining, guys, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm here to talk about some of the cinema lighting techniques that I use in my films. Now, I've seen some of the Godox live streams here before. Normally, they have a slideshow with pictures and words, but I'm going to do a little bit different. It's going to all be videos. I'm going to show you some behind the scenes stuff, and some also the film itself. This is very much an interactive live stream. So if you have a question, please comment in the video and I will pause the video and hopefully answer your questions. So don't be afraid to ask away whenever you want. Because if we do at the end, I'll probably forget what I've said or showed. So just going to quickly say hello, Conrad on Facebook. Hello, PS Photography. Hello, Julian. Just before I start, just out of curiosity, how many of you are filmmakers or videographers? Give me a thumb up. It's be good to know. Okay, right. I will get the show started. First of all, I just want to give you a bit intro who I am. So like I said, my name is Blake Ritter. I'm a filmmaker and actor for the past 4 to 5 years. I've shot over 50 short films, and then also I've done 2 feature films. One's released on Amazon, one's in post-production. So I always work very closely with my partner, Louis James, who's a film producer himself and actor, and a whole bunch of very talented cast and crew that I use quite often. So first of all, let me show you a quick trailer. Got a question. Hello, I have a SZ150R Godox lighting. How to terminate the DMX output? Okay, we might get to that in a bit. I haven't actually used the SZ150R nor DMX. So yeah, just to let you know, this covers a very kind of broad general techniques of lighting and some camera movements and how I use shots to create the story, etc. It's not going to be a very deep dive of technicals. So, hey, Louis James is here, who I talked about earlier. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to show you a quick trailer of 2021, which is a year behind now. I'm going to make another one at the end of this year of all the films I've shot, so you can see kind of a range of films that I do. So hopefully you can view this video without any lagging. Let's play.
Is so sick.
Good evening, Mr. Richmond.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you wanted a challenge.
Activate EMP.
Yeah, bruv. Chill out. I'm just getting ready. Don't worry. I'll make you understand. I'll make you understand everything.
She was here minutes ago.
Guys, I think she's inside.
Lisa!
Okay, so that was a quick intro. I hope that was okay for everybody, because there are going to be a lot of videos like this. Let me know if there was any issue with the sound or the footage being slow. I'm hoping there was any issues. Savara says, I love the sound design. Thank you. Like I said, I work with a number of other people. Sometimes I do sound design, but we have a guy called Kerem. He's really good, and he works on some of the sound design. Very talented guy. So, okay, with further ado, I'm going to present the first film, and then I'm going to show you the behind the scenes. So the first product is the Godox M600D. This is the most powerful light I've ever used of any kind of brand, and definitely Godox. The one I have is just a daylight. They do have a buy version, but I've just got the daylight one, and you can see how I use in this short scene, and then the behind the scene. So let's play this video. And like I said, do interrupt me, and I might interrupt myself through the video, pausing and explaining behind the kind of techniques I use. Okay, let's get that video loaded up. So this is the scene.
What's your name?
Jeffrey.
You see in the lighting here, we've got a light coming from there, and this is natural lighting just on the windows. You'll see in a bit with the behind the scene video, but so far it's quite simple lighting. This really, really nice location in central London that we have here.
Do you remember any events prior to arriving here?
Yeah, I was,
Okay. What's wrong?
What are we doing here?
Do you find me attractive?
I guess so.
Well, I'm Evie. What?
You're out of sync.
What?
Your lips, they're out of sync with what you're saying.
Damn it.
I'm in a simulation, aren't I?
No.
Yeah, I am. I've read about this. It's a simulation.
No. Look, I'm real.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry, but this is weirding me out a little bit. I will leave.
But the experiment isn't finished.
I don't care.
If you walk out that door, you'll die.
I'll take my chances.
Okay, so that's the film. That's starring Louis James and also Sarah Alexandra Marks, another very talented actress in the film. It's a little bit sci-fi-ish. So yeah, hit me with the questions, but I'm about to show you the behind the scenes, how I use the M600D. It's actually very simple lighting in this scene you're just about to see. So in terms of the M600D, it's really powerful. It's got over nearly 700 watts output. Even at 1%, it's just so powerful. So this is really best used kind of for lighting for the moon, a street light, or something that's really bright. So initially, if you look here, I was always going to use the windows here as a backlight. And initially I was going to place the light inside the room to light the characters. But because it's so powerful, even at like 1%, it was just too bright. It's got different features with the M600D, just like all the Godox equipment. It also connects to the app. I don't know if you can see the app here on my phone, but I've got all these lights here. You see all these? Oh no, it's not. No, I can't really see it. But I've got the Godox products. It's so nice that it connects all the different lights, whether it's a tube lights, there's a key light, the panel lights which I have. You'll see a bit more later as well. They all connect together, so you can control all the lighting, the color you want to pick, the temperature, the brightness. You can control it just one place. You don't have to go over to the light to change it. And this is just so useful. So yeah, just quickly say how to film people. Photographer with some film. Sarah, hello. Julian, hello. And Joe watching from sunny Essex. Great. And good morning from Washington, D.C. from TMIDD. Hi. So yeah, lots of different features on there. Obviously, the brightness, you can control this is the daylight. And then there's effects like strobing, broken bulb, TV, all your standard kind of features that has across the whole range of Godox. So let's carry on from this behind the scenes. So I was going to put it inside. As you can see, it's super bright. This is without a diffusion. So I'll move the light here outside. It's just out the way to the right. And this is a Godox softbox QPP120. 120 stands for how big the actual dome is itself. And then on here, I've put another diffusion on top of that, so it diffuses the lights even more because it's so powerful. If it wasn't diffused even from so far away, it's going to be too harsh on the skin. So yeah, I left it outside. I think I turned it to about 20% brightness, and that was enough for me. As you can see, this is where the light was placed, and then you have the actors on here on the left. So this is a very kind of a standard lighting technique. You don't want to light the characters in front of behind the camera. It's always, so if the subject is here, you would only want to backlight them or from the side, away from the subject, because if you put the light right here in front of the actors, they're going to look very flat. So you want to create almost a silhouette. If the face is not lit enough, you want to put another additional soft light just to fill their face a little bit. Or sometimes you can use a reflector. But yeah, the key light, to make it more cinematic, it's always best to lit from behind the characters. As you can see here, it's right behind them in the window. So because you can see the male talent here, Louis James, he is facing the camera. So sometimes I didn't use a reflector to fill his face in this one. So sometimes if the actor isn't really being lit properly, I've told him to kind of look at the direction of the light during his acting, if you can. Whereas Sarah here, she's lit quite nicely. I've got a question from Sarav. Okay. Did you have any bounce or whiteboard on the opposite side of the light inside, as there are highlights on the face of the actress? Oh, I think I just answered that question, right? Yeah. I chose to not have a bouncer or reflecting this one because the mood I'm trying to create is quite dark. This film, and that, like I said, I felt it was lit enough. But yeah, it's a very subjective, creative choice. Like I said, in other situations, I might like it. In fact, there is another light at some point I tested, but I wasn't showing this clip. I put a light just behind Sarah to separate the background a bit more. As you can see, Louis, the male actor here, the background and him is separated by the natural light in the window. You would always have a separation. So what I did is I placed a Godox TL30 light behind Sarah. Although that separation looked quite nice, but I took it out in the end because it was just so distracting. Sometimes you want to put a separation between the character and the background without that massive distraction. So yeah, for me, it was too distracting, and it wasn't like a practical light. It was a tube light. So hopefully that answers your question. I've got another question. Good morning from Nigeria. Hi, Shamowi. Okay, so I think that's the end of the BTS. As you can see, Sarah's been lit really nicely, and yeah, and Louis here, when he turns his head to his left, it does look quite nice as well. Okay, let me know if you got any questions before I move on to the next video. What is the next one? Let me see. It's going to be okay, because we're talking about the NOLED series. So there's the M600D, which is the daylight one I just showed you. Now I'm going to move on to the M300. Now that's a bi light that I've got. It's got the daylight version as well, but I've got the bi version, which means you can control the Kelvin temperature from 3200 to 6500. So you're seeing this one. It's a very short scene, and then followed by behind the scenes again. So I guess there's no question on the 600D, but don't worry, if you have questions later, I can try to cover it. So here's a scene for quick scene, and you can probably guess how it was lit. There's no audio for this one. I'll talk about the camera movement here as well in a bit. So you probably can tell that it was lit from the right. It's actually more or less similar to the last one. So let's talk about the camera movement first. This is a film called Split. By the way, if you want to watch all the films I talk about today, it's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Blake Ritter. This is called a Split. It's an opening scene. I thought it's really important to capture what is going on between these two people without any major dialogue. So this was shot on a slider with the camera focusing on the picture of the child, zooming back. And you probably can guess, obviously, they're going through grief and the child had passed away. And this is a daytime shot. I want to emulate the sun. Now, it was actually quite a sunny day, but because the positioning of this property building, it wasn't shining through. So you're seeing a bit where the light is placed. So this is the balcony to the right of the actors. This is obviously the M300 Bi. Now, the M300 Bi is still really powerful. It's half as powerful as the M600D, but its still output is over 300 watts. So I've turned it to a warm tungsten color to emulate the sun. and I want it to be quite harsh because the sun is quite harsh. So I did not use any diffusion, even though it was quite low. I think it was around about 12 to 15% brightness. So that was done through the window here. And as you can see, it's quite nice creating those shadows from the blinds, which adds a nice kind of cinematic feel. And also there was smoke machine used in this thing as well. And there you go. You can see the slider here, which was pulling back from the beginning of the rod coming back. So that's the M300 Byte. Again, it can be controlled via the app. Again, it's got the same effects as the M600D. So those two lights are really kind of versatile. Like I said, mostly is used outside, being placed. Either you light in the outside scene, whether it's in the woods to emulate moon, sun, or shining through the windows, which you've seen examples through these both. There will be kind of reasons why you want to use indoors. So there was one where I used the By one with the barn doors, so you can kind of control where the light hits. And I placed that by the doorway and pointing at the floor, and that looked like a beam light shining through the doorway. It's like a kind of practical light, and that's another way of doing it. Emil, nice shot, thank you. Anna, hello. Louis James says, amazing, cool, okay. Let me know if you've got any questions. Very, very easy audience today. There's not many questions. Okay, we're going to move on if there's no questions on the M300 or 600D. So next one, we're going to look at tube lights. Now, I worked with Godox when they sent me the TL30 and the TL60 tube lights. Now, the number represents how long they are. The TL30 is about this much, and then the TL60 is obviously twice the size. And I said to them, I want to recreate a scene from a famous film using just tube lights. Now, that's very risky because tube lights are not key lights unless you do it in a way that works. So I picked a scene from the film Get Out. I'm not sure any of you have seen that. Let me know if you have or haven't. So you'll see the video now, the comparison between the two films. And then you see Sarah Alexandra Marks. She's starring this scene. She's performing the kind of scene to copy the original. And then at the end of the video, again, you'll see a quick demonstration how I place those lights to get almost exactly the same as the original scene. So the top one, I'm actually confused which is which now. Yeah, the top one is the recreation. The bottom one is the original. Here we go. We couldn't get the black earphones. So we went for the white. Okay, so can you tell how it was all lit yet? So here's the case. Louis here is taking out the the tube light, those are the TL60. What I love about these lights is it comes, this is this version is quad version, which means you can buy singly, just a single light. It comes with a case as well. We can buy the twin version. It comes with a case as well. So you get 2 lights in a case, and this is the quad version, which comes with 4. And it's got all the leads. It's got all the clips that you need to put on the stand, and all the bits of accessories. And the battery, those battery last really long. So it goes obviously brightness from 1% to 100%. Most of the time, you don't want it to be 100%. I normally had a 1 to 5%, and they last like whole day for 5 hours. It was the floor lighting. Floor lighting? Did I have floor lighting this one? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, obviously the light coming from the computer screen. This is the TL30. I'll put a diffusion sheet on there, and to put it in front of the computer screen that emulates on the character's face. Is that what you meant by the floor lighting? Okay, and then here Louis is placing the TL60. Now, also I want to talk about how you can place those lights. Now, because those lights are so light, what I personally do is I have a Velcro at the back, and then those ones that sticks, and then the second Velcro sticks anywhere, and you can just stick that anywhere you like. Those are the TL60, whereas the TL30, they're magnetic, so anywhere metal you can place it as well. It's so versatile, you just almost can place it anywhere. Yeah, so the magnetic base only is available on the TL30, which is the one, which is this one here, the smaller one. The rest of the range, TL60, 80, 120, those are not magnetic. But still, it's really versatile. Like I said, you can use Velcro. It also comes with those string, metal string you can hook into it, and you can hang it onto rods if you want. There will be another clip later. You can see how I use them as well. So here we go. So we got 2 practical lights, one on the left here, one on the right. And then we have the one you saw earlier on top of the bed. And then this is placed on both sides. Now, the reason I put this black thing there is not a flag, but it's used for flag. But to not to spill everywhere, because without that, the whole room will be lit, and that's not how it looked in original. So that cover the spillage. Someone's asking, is it RGB? Yes, all the tube lights on Godox is RGB. And again, all these lights can be controlled from the app. So just so good. You can have, I don't know, 15, 20 lights if you wanted to. It all connects via Bluetooth on the app. So yeah, one on this side. And one on the other side. With me. And then there's a scene here. Do you remember she was typing? Now the lighting wasn't quite right, hitting her on from the top of the bed where it was placed. So what I did was because it was so light again, I held it in my hand while shooting that scene. So that's another version you can use. That's it. That's the recreation. Again, if anyone got any questions, let me know. Next one, I am going to move on to the Godox LD150RS, which is a panel light, which again is RGB panel light. Okay. Keep coming with the questions, please. Happy to answer them. Okay, so this is the Godox LD150RS. It's a panel light. It's reasonably kind of heavy. It's mainly used for me, a key light. You'll see how this is being used. Recently shot an opening scene to a feature film looking to make called Room Service. Now, while it's only 13 minutes long, it did take 3 days to shoot with a lot more people on set than my usual monthly shoot. See? Can you see here at the top? On the ceiling, you can just place those lights anywhere. So that tube light TL60 here is placed at the very top of the ceiling. Short films. In this behind the scene video, I want to talk about the shot around this table and how we light the scene. The scene is supposed to take place in the evening, but we had to shoot during the day, so all the windows I've any honeycomb grids for the tube lights. Only for the TL30 that it comes with in the case. I didn't get any for the other range, but Godox, hopefully you can confirm there aren't any those grids, are they, for the TL range apart from the 30. But you can do some DIY kind of ones. I'll normally put like black tapes around it. Just had to be blacked out. There were multiple practical lights around this table, which we have placed some LED lights. Another one at the top, lights to emphasize those. And the important light here is a key light, which is placed above the table. What we used was the Godox LD150RS RGB panel light, which was hooked on the C-stand. Okay, as you can see, this has got a grid, the egg crate. See, those TL60s are everywhere. There's another one on the ceiling there behind him. So yeah, this is used the key light placed at the very top of the table of the actors. You'll see in a bit. Now, what I like about this light is that it's powerful, but still quite lightweight without too many other different parts. It's just one single panel, and all you needed was a softbox to diffuse the light. We were able to control the light via the mobile app, which allows you to configure any colors you want and brightness. So for this particular scene, we wanted to give a warm, home-like color, so we bumped up the temperature, which resulted in this lovely shot here.
And I assume that you're going to stay another 6 months. Is that correct?
I guess so. Yeah, so it's really beautifully lit for this one. We've got some separation lights here at the back. This is a practical light. Like I said, you can see the lighting above this gentleman's head. There was some smaller few lights LED on the side, but the main light that did the work was the Godox light. Again, control from the app, because you know that light was those TL60s were on the ceiling. The panel light was on this high up on the C-stand, so it's going to be really dangerous to manually control them. So it was so good that we can control from the app. So this is this scene done. Yeah, we're flying through. I was hoping there'd be more questions. So far, just to recap, we talked about the tube lights, which there'll be some more in a bit, you'll see. And then there's also the M series M300 by. You can see I used to shine through the window, and also the M600D to emulate daylight from outside as well. Here you go. Godox confirmed. You can get optional accessory. Oh, there you go. That's really good. I need to get some because yeah, those honeycombs are really useful. So it doesn't spill the light everywhere especially when placed on the ceiling. So it's good to know those accessories are available. TLG 120. Okay. Okay, so we have one more video. This is quite of a big one. So it's with Godox. I love the idea of using it to create sci-fi films with those bright, colorful lights. And every sci-fi film I've shot, it's always used with Godox, whether it's tube light, the panel lights, etc. In this one, you can see it's being used quite a lot for tube lights. So this is an episode from a sci-fi series that's been ongoing for a couple of years called C600. This is episode 2. I'm gonna play the film here. If there is parts that's not really interesting with the lighting that's not being used for Godox, I might skip through. But the majority of the film is used using some of the Godox products. Again, there will be a separate BTS video at the end. So this is quite a long video. So do let me know if you've got any questions while I play. I'll be watch out for any of your comments. So here's the episode first.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind in any way. She told me that things was gonna change. If I wanted her, I couldn't stay the same, so I stopped going.
Agent Logan, do you copy? Hello?
Damn it.
Logan? Oh my god, you're alive!
Barely.
Okay. I have so many questions right now.
We need to destroy this thing.
You terminated an X900? Nobody has ever terminated an X900. And how'd you get back here so fast?
I'm just doing my job.
Did you locate Mr. Richmond?
Not yet. I thought it was a priority to bring back the C600.
You mean X900?
Whatever you want to call it.
Okay. We need to report this back to...
No, we can't.
What do you mean? It's the protocol.
I don't want HQ to find out I was dancing with that thing.
What? Did you just say dancing?
Just get rid of it. Clear the evidence.
And the missing Mr. Richmond?
I will deal with that.
Looks like I'm gonna have to clear up your mess again. Fine. You'll get the tools.
What?
The tools from the storage facility.
Okay. Yes.
There's no tools here. So, who are you really? Activate EMP.
What's going on?
Logan?
Thanks,
No.
Emil.
Why am I in her body?
You tell me. It looks like the X900 was able to download your consciousness and put it inside its own body. But then how did it take control over your body? I've never seen this kind of tech before.
I don't feel so good.
We don't have much time. The EMP can only temporarily disable the X900.
My face feels really hard.
You're a robot, Logan. Your whole body is hard. Wait. If you are inside her body, you should be able to access its memory.
I need to get back into my own body.
That's what I'm trying to do, you idiot. Maybe finding out what happened to Mr. Richmond will help us to know how to get you back to you.
Okay.
Come, sit down.
Okay, what now?
Just try to cast your memory back to the apartment when she first arrived.
This is not good. I know.
You know?
Yes, I know exactly what happened.
Magnificent.
Good evening, Mr. Richmond. I am UC600. Serial number X53GD. Ready for activation. Please, state your password.
Alina.
Activation complete.
Do you recognize me?
Yes, you are Mr. Richmond.
Let me ask you something. Do you know who created you?
Yes, I was constructed by BR Robotics.
No. I mean, do you know who the person was who helped you become this masterpiece?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Please, try again.
Don't worry. I'll make you understand. I'll make you understand everything.
Okay. Good. Now you ready? X900, tell me the mission.
Le plan est de faire semblant d'avoir un malfonctionnement.
That's not right.
C'est quoi le problème?
Now, repeat the mission.
The plan is to pretend I have a malfunction, then distract the agent, activate the Zhuanghuan,
I love that word.
Zhuanghuan function and infiltrate the facility.
Good. Excellent. Now I'm finally going to take back what's mine.
So you see, Mr. Richmond is...
Mr. X.
body to fight.
But that's my body.
I can't.
Fine. No, not the face!
I think I figured out how it was able to take control over your body.
How?
What the?
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. So that's generally the scene. I don't know if you noticed, there was some Godox to TL60 being shot as well. If you look carefully on the ceiling, you'll see in a bit when I show you the behind the scenes as well. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the behind the scene video, and then we can go through some questions and explanations about the technicalities of how it was shot. So here's the behind the scene video. Hi, welcome to the behind the scenes of C600 Chapter 2. I've done kind of behind the scene videos before, but this one's a little bit different because I'm going to talk you through the things I have envisioned with my crew and cast. So it's a little bit more in depth, and the equipment I use as well. So just arriving at the location for the shoot. So this is the location we're going to shoot. It's kind of like an office. But it's gonna be like here's Ken. Hello. Just arriving here tonight to set up the place before we shoot tomorrow, so it doesn't waste too much time. We've got about 2.5 hours to set up. So if I just show you the place, so as you can see, there's a lot to do. We need to move all the furniture's here, and then this is where the main thing will happen. Obviously, that's Louis. Remember Louis? He's got his. Louis is going to be the producer, and as you saw, he's playing Mr. X / Richmond. Paulina's come to help tonight. She's the DP.
Hello.
We've got some options. There you go. Putting a light on the ceiling. That was on the ceiling. Behind this desk where the action takes place, and then we have another light here. So those lights are really cool. They're called Godox TL60, which you can control this by the app as well. So for example, if I change, I can change this to red and to blue. There's a lot of props as well. We're going to cover the walls a little bit more with maybe plastic sheets. And obviously you'll see by the time you watch this, hopefully, what the final set looks like.
Doesn't make sense.
Got on set, so everyone's setting up. We had a little bit set up last night, but it wasn't fully complete yet. So we're going to continue that. Hopefully we'll start shooting in about an hour and a half. Makeup department. Hi. How's it going? Now you have noticed. In my short films, I don't normally have too many people, generally because it's easier to manage and cheaper to produce. Okay, so basically you can see that all those lights being placed. It's It's going to be shot for a very long time. That's why we've rigged the ceiling light all the way down with the power, so it has continuous power all the time. You can see how it was
Before the
placed
season.
here, and then in here, I think you'll see in a bit, there was another tube light placed here. So throughout the whole film, there weren't actually massive key lights. It's all the TL60s. And then, yeah, let me see if it comes. So we got some practical light on the desk you saw earlier. TV screens, those also in the background. So I think at this point we were deciding where to put the lights. So I think this is where Paulina goes to put inside that room. So we've got another light here as well. So yeah, all the lights inside this room are really orange, bright orange. That's why you can see the character was being lit from behind with the kind of orange color. So yeah, she's going to place one here as well. And later on, I think there you go, turn it to orange. So we've got the ceiling lights. We've got practical light here on the desk. That's just a normal desk lamp. And then those orange lights, and also the one over there in the other room as well, just to separate the characters. Like I said earlier, do you remember the separation between the background and the characters? So that light and those TV screens help to separate the characters. Another light in here. And that's what the scene looks like, which is I think it was really, really nicely lit. You can see on the left here is where it shines through from the window. You can see there's TL60 above on the ceiling in the other room, and obviously there's one in blue right above her head as well. So you see how those colors just to make it look really sci-fi style looking. The camera, in case anyone's interested, it was the Blackmagic pocket camera. What sort of aperture and ISO were you running at? So Blackmagic camera I use is okay-ish in dark scenes. So I think it's got a dual ISO. I can't remember which version of the Blackmagic. I think it was a 6K Pro, I believe. But the 6K Pro's got a dual ISO. I believe it was at 2000, probably at 2.8. Yeah, let me see if there's a shot of the lens. Yeah, so that's a Sigma 18-35, so probably a 2.0 actually. So as you can see, we're just testing how the light condition looks on the characters. Thanks for that question, by the way, James. And then sometimes when you switch around the camera, the lighting has to change as well. So that you got to watch out for that, because some lights were being shot which doesn't look right. But you always have to keep it consistent as well. So this shot took quite a while. I wanted to, you see those the shutter here on the right. The scene was shot from below up the ceiling. And you can see those shadows created on the ceiling. That was really nice. And I wanted the shadow to come across on his face while he moves. But somehow in the end, the shadow wasn't strong enough. I think it's because the barrier wasn't kind of in the right distance. But it was still good enough for what I wanted to have. you can see there's some shadows across his face. There's me using the James got another question. James, you can watch the film, by the way, if you want to watch it on my channel. All the films I showed today is on youtube.com/Blake Ridder. This one's C600 episode 2. How long did you shoot for? So we had preparation the day before, and we shot 2 days after that. So two and a half days, I guess. The film was about 10 minutes, I think. Got loads of questions now. Jill's got a question. Was that shot was just using all tube lights? Yes, that was actually, and the practical light. So the entire film was shot with just tube lights, which just goes to show how powerful those tube lights are if you use it creatively. And sometimes it's me being lazy because tube lights is easy to carry than all those key lights. If I can get away with it, I will always use the tube lights. Okay, thanks for that, James. And I think we got another question for Godox here. Okay, I think that's a one for Godox if you're still here. So going back to this shot, so yeah, here's me using the app just to show what looks good on camera. It's just so good when you don't have to go to the light every time, changing the color. I'm using, so this was actually shot on the Blackmagic, and the Blackmagic was on the gimbal, and I was controlling the gimbal using the phone, because the phone can connect to the gimbal, and when I tilt the phone up and down, left, right, the gimbal moves. Same as well, it connects wireless, which is really cool. Just some more kind of behind the scenes stuff. Some of the fight choreography. Yeah, we did quite a lot of fight choreography as well. That's what took the longest. I think there's some here. Yeah, this is David, one of the fight choreographers. We're practicing. The fight always takes ages. On screen, it's like 20-second fight. It takes like half a day to shoot. You have to be safe and make it look real. So I think, yeah, this is another shot at the end. You can see we have a light placed here. Someone had to hold it this time because we didn't have any stands. So we have someone hold it, and then that just lights a character from behind as well. And you can see the set design here. We've put lots of kind of plastic sheets around it. Just give it that sci-fi kind of techie feel. Otherwise, it just looks too plain. Well, what would have been really good is adding smoke. But I think the building was rigged with smoke machine. They were rigged with alarms, so we couldn't put smoke machines in there. Otherwise, you look even more cinematic with the smoke. This is a sink here in the kitchen. I don't know if you remember. There you go. Luckily enough, this apartment has those lights around the edge of the kitchen table, which makes it look really sci-fi. But above there is above the ceiling is another TL60 rigged to the ceiling to shoot that scene. So that was really cool. Yeah. So that's it, I think. I think that comes to the very end of the live stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you've got any questions about any of the Godox products, you can reach out to me. I'm everywhere on social media. Just search for my name, Blake Ridder. You can watch a film on YouTube. Godox is obviously available if you can approach them. In the UK, there's Pixar Pro as well. If you've got any questions about the products, they're really good to answer your questions as well. So yeah, hope hope you've enjoyed this live stream, and hopefully I can be here again very soon. Okay, take care, guys. Bye bye.